What is up, everybody? Luke Film Boss here, and today I'm going to be throwing a whole lot of praise at Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse because it is phenomenal. Just to start us off, I just want to give a huge shout out to the animators who did an incredible job making this one of the best visual treats I have ever seen. The first Spider-Verse was very unique and colorful and just entertaining. The animation was unlike anything we had ever seen, and this movie just takes it to the next level. It's basically, there's some scenes, like especially in Miles Morales' universe, it looks the same as the original Spider-Verse, but you go to so many different universes and there's so many different Spider-Mans with so many different art styles, and it's so cool because you get to see all these different art styles meshed together, and it's always changing between universes. You have these different art styles. Like in Gwen Stacy's universe, the colors convey the emotions that the characters are feeling, and that is just so cool. I love when movies do that. And even in the other universes, the color still plays a role, depending on the mood of the characters, and that's really good use of color. And Spider-Verse just nails it. And this movie, just the action is so fast paced, but yet so precise, and there's a lot going on in certain scenes, but it still looks amazing. And then there's these more calm, more laid back, like scenes that let you rest a little bit, and they still look incredible because there's so much detail, and it's just such a incredible like art forms that they put into this movie. The visuals are just spectacular. These are some of the best looking movies you are going to find out there. From a character and a story perspective, it's a very character driven movie, which is how Spider-Man stories are supposed to be. And the story is more so a complete story for Gwen Stacy, and it's a partial story for Miles Morales. He still has a little bit more of his story that needs to come full circle for him to become like who he really is going to be. And there's still room for Gwen Stacy, but she has a full like arc in this movie. Like the movie opens with her, and it doesn't quite end exactly with her, but closer to the ending, she gets a full closure and arc, and it's really good. It's the emotional core and the emotional center for most of the movie. There's some good stuff with Miles Morales as well, but Gwen Stacy's story just hits the heart a little bit more than Miles Morales. But I have a feeling that Miles' story is going to be concluded in a really good way. Yes, there's going to be a sequel. A lot of people don't seem to know this, but yeah, there is a sequel scheduled for next year. But I won't get into that too much. On the story side of things, it's really interesting because it pretty much played out exactly how I thought it was going to, based on the trailers and based on things that even before the trailers came out that I thought of. Like the fact that the spider that Miles Morales was bit wasn't from his dimension. That factors into the plot. Although that's not the only thing that factors in. There's a lot more going on here, and I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, you learn pretty early in the movie like how this movie is affected from the events that happened in the first film, and Miles Morales is at the heart. I was gonna say the core or the heart. Both words work. He is definitely the center of everything that is happening in these movies, and that's a great thing. Like he's not just pulled into these situations, and it's not a movie where the plot just pushes our character. While yes, there are events that happen that motivate the character's choices, which is how the story works, he's not being forced into them. He's making these choices one by one, and it's just an incredible journey to watch Miles Morales. And that's just the Spider-Verse end of things. It's really good. You got more tension with Miles and his parents, as was teased in the trailer, because he's Spider-Man now, and he's got to focus on so many different things while also trying to be Spider-Man, and it's creating a lot of issues with him and his parents. And there's a lot of good conversations between him and his mom and his dad and both of them, And it's just fun to watch, like, just that family dynamic. And that's really what makes these Spider-Man movies what they are, is that story of growing up and just not knowing how to be the hero and a normal kid at the same time. And it's also more than that. It's who is he going to become, like, as he's becoming an adult, and how hard it is for the parents to watch that. And there's a lot of good stuff here, good themes, and they've been told before, but this movie is just spectacular because it doesn't throw it in your face. It's just that's how the story naturally plays out, and the themes are hidden within the movie. It's just a fantastic time. It's so much fun. There is so many good cameos and spoilers that I could get into, but I don't want to spoil the cameos and the fun references and all that stuff. That's part of the enjoyment for the diehard fans who watch this. But even as a casual moviegoer, I would say watch Into the Spider-Verse first, because there's a lot of crucial information in there that will make this one make a lot more sense. But it's just a whole lot of fun. The humor in this movie is fantastic. It's not forced. And then you got just the dialogue is just incredible in general, which is why half the time the jokes are so funny, because the dialogue is written and it just flows like so well, because it's just coming from the characters, not the screenplay. And there's some really mature, serious, sometimes even dark moments in this movie, and it's just a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of suspense, just a whole lot of adrenaline. This movie is just fast paced, but yet takes some time in between to slow down. And it's like a roller coaster. It's highs and lows, but it's all good stuff. It's not low as in bad. It's low as in it takes some time to rest. And it's just so much to unpack with this movie, but it's so good. The soundtrack, the first one, I think I'd like the first soundtrack better, but there are some of the, like, the score. I think the score is actually better in this one, with especially Miguel O'Hare's. His theme song is just like, it's on that same level of the Prowler, and we get the Prowler theme song back in this too. It's just, the score is great, and then the soundtrack. There are some individual, like, numbers, individual songs that I think I like possibly better than anything from the first soundtrack, but the first soundtrack, I think, as a whole, was better. So, like, yeah, the music just fits so well. The characters are great. The visuals, the story is also just, the way that they put this together, it's really impressive. It's something beyond what I could even dream of helping to even helm, like, as a writer or a director or even an animator. Like, the animation is so complex yet so beautiful. I don't know how they put it together, but I'm glad they did, because I can just enjoy it. And I just gotta give Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse a big old 94% in quality and enjoyment, for an overall score of 94%. Go see if you haven't, go see Into the Spider-Verse, and then go see Across the Spider-Verse in theaters. It will be worth your time, believe me. So, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to help you be on the lookout for more videos from Luke Film Boss.